Hello again, welcome back to the 22nd floor for some more Football Spice, sponsored by our friends at the car giant Renault. Lots to get through today, so let's start with our first transfer roundup. We begin with Newcastle, who saw Joey Barton reloading and getting ready to give them both barrels on Twitter yesterday. So they loaded up themselves, dodged his bullets and gunned him down first, telling him that he could leave the club on a free transfer. All the papers today report a mad scramble for his services, with Spurs, Arsenal, Stoke, Fulham, Blackburn all interested in snapping him up. I'd like to know two things. Firstly, would you have him at your club? And secondly, does yesterday's decision, with Kevin Nolan gone, Jose Enrique going, make Newcastle candidates for relegation? You know how to get in touch by now. I think it does. Log on to the Mirror Football website for the latest on Wesley Sneijder. Quite clearly, there is a lot of talking going on behind the scenes, even though all parties are being economical with the truth. Our reporter up there saying that things should get sorted between Sneijder and United if they can get the finances right this week. Another long-running saga for you today and yesterday. The assistant manager at Tottenham, Kevin Bond, appeared on the radio station Talk Sport and appeared to wave the white flag over Luka Modric when he said, and I quote, "Every player has his price." Well, Spurs quickly got wind of that interview and they had a quiet word with Kevin Bond, who said later, "In case my comments were inadvertently misleading anyone, the club's position is quite clear. We have no intention of selling him." So the price isn't quite right just yet. Let's spin you through a few more before we move on. Sky Sports say that Fulham have made a move for the Den Haag winger Wesley Sneijder. We talked about him a few weeks ago. Lots of interest in him in Scotland as well. Lots of papers saying today that Fulham have also made a move for the 24-year-old Birmingham striker Cameron Jerome. And one more from Fulham for you, because reports in Holland are suggesting that Martin Jol is in for Wesley Sneijder's Den Haag teammate Lex Immers, who sounds like a character either from a Superman movie or from the kind of film that most of you and me, to be fair, not allowed to watch. He's 25, he's 6'2", and his full name is Alexander, so we'll call him that. He can play as a midfielder and as a forward. He scored a total of 10 goals from 32 appearances in league and cup last season. Lots of reports suggesting Stoke are in for the one-time Fulham target Nicholas Bentner at Arsenal. And one more for now. The Wigan boss, Roberto Martinez, is hoping to tie up a deal for the midfielder Dave Jones. He's available on a free after leaving Wolves and rejecting a move to Birmingham. Time for your messages, and I asked you yesterday for your predictions with the new season around the corner looming large. I've got all of my metaphors mixed up there. Masses and massive suggestions to work through, so let's start on our email, spy@mirror.co.uk. Sam Heaton's a Wigan fan. He thinks United are going to beat Chelsea to the title, with City and Arsenal behind them. Craig from Essex must surely be a Liverpool fan because he's got them to win the title from United, with Chelsea third and Spurs fourth, with City and Arsenal outside the top four. I can't agree with that one, Craig. Spencer 70077 is much more like it for me. United first, City to beat Chelsea to second, and Liverpool breaking back into the top four. Now, if you remember, I did say yesterday that you could have as many goes at this as you want, and I also said that you can give me your predictions from any league around the world. Well, lots of you have done that. Chan Murphy-Rings thinks Bayern Munich are going to reclaim the German title from Borussia Dortmund, with last season's second Bayer Leverkusen dropping down to third place. He's got Mainz moving up a place into the Champions League. Can't see too much wrong with that one. Bayern beat Manchester United to the signing of the keeper Manuel Neuer. He was excellent in the Champions League last season. They've also signed the fullback Rafinha, Jerome Boateng from Manchester City, and the 22-year-old striker Nils Petersen. He hit 35 league goals and 55 appearances over 2 years for Energy Cottbus to earn himself a move to the big time. Frank in Germany is another one who thinks that Bayern Munich are going to be back. He's got them ahead of Dortmund, but I'm fascinated by Schalke in there as well as Werder Bremen, because they finished 13th and 14th last season. They'd have to make some dramatic improvement this summer if they're going to smash their way back into the top four. Let's do one more, and here's Daniel Samuel's La Liga top four. It's Barcelona retaining it from Real Madrid in second place. Valencia a third for him, as they were last year with Moneybags Malaga. They've signed loads and loads of players in fourth place. Not sure what I think of the Spanish title race just yet. Mourinho has signed some quality players this summer with the arrivals of Quintral from Benfica on the left, the defender Rafael Varane. Remember, Manchester United were in for him. And also the Germany-born Turkish midfielders Hamit Altintop and Nuri Sahin. He's now after a striker to complete his spending, so I'm going to wait and see who he signs before I decide on that one. Just very quickly as well, I asked you yesterday for the one player that you would sign before the end of the window for your team. Make it realistic and we'll get you onto the show. Lots of you tweeting down on our Football Spy feed at Football Spy. Rob Morgan wants to see Emmanuel Adebayor for Newcastle. Everyone seems to be leaving there, not going in, so I'm not quite sure Adebayor is going to be going anywhere near St James's Park sometime soon. Luke May would love to see Arjen Robben back at Chelsea. Says that they never should have sold him in the first place. On YouTube, High Five Helsinki is in Finland. Would love to see the Lille winger Eden Hazard at Manchester United. Lille have already said, remember, that they're not going to sell him this summer, and particularly not now with Gervinho gone. McGurbs wants the Bolton defender Gary Cahill at Arsenal. They're all over the place at the Emirates Cup last weekend. One more for today. Mixu is a Chelsea fan. He says that he'd love to sign Aaron Lennon from Spurs. More transfers for you. News is breaking this morning that West Brom have signed the striker Zoltan Guerra on a free transfer. Arsenal, those masters at doing things the hard way, have missed their chance to sign the Valencia midfielder Juan Mata for £18 million. The deadline for that release clause expired yesterday, and the buyout clause is now apparently £52 million. Lots of papers reporting today that Fabio Capello has told the Chelsea midfielder Josh McEachran that he's got to go out on loan if he wants to get into the England picture next summer. And just on Chelsea, the winger Yuri Zhirkov is about to leave for the Eastern European club Anzi Makakakla. That's on the Telegraph website. Wingers being discussed to come into Stamford Bridge include the Manchester City wide man Adam Johnson and the Shakhtar Donetsk star Willian. And one more for you. Manchester City are about to go back into Arsenal with a £22 million bid for Samir Nasri. You and I both know that the Gunners should take it, but I've got a feeling that they won't. Now, we've already started receiving videos from people who think they can do better than our bloggers and our Football Spy queen, Lady Spy. We'll run a couple for you tomorrow. Remember, the best one gets a shirt of your choice. We just need 30 seconds of you introducing the show and talking about the transfer subject of your choice. Post on YouTube, Twitter, Mirror Football, and on our email spy@mirror.co.uk. The Football Spy show is back with you tomorrow. I'll see you next time.